Hey guys, how's it going? This is BillyEatWorld, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Battlefield Hardline single player campaign. Now, as you guys have probably already heard, Gamescom 2014 is currently in full swing in Germany, which is unfortunately a long way from Newcastle, Australia. Jigsy and the team at EA Australia were kind enough though to invite me to come and watch the EA live stream at a community event they hosted in Sydney tonight, so thanks heaps to them for the invite and for putting on a great show. Anyway, tonight we got our first real taste of the Battlefield Hardline campaign, and to be honest, I've got to say that I was pretty impressed. By the looks of it, Visceral have really put a lot of work into the single player of this game, and it's looking like it could end up being one of the best Battlefield campaigns since Bad Company 2. Probably the first thing that's obvious is that Hardline doesn't take itself too seriously. The characters in the trailer seemed pretty one-dimensional and more than a little cliched. At the end of the day though, so are the characters in the 70s and 80s cop shows Hardline is trying to emulate, and so are the characters in the Bad Company games. I don't think this is going to be a huge issue, I think it's more of a stylistic choice rather than bad writing. Another thing that we saw was the character collecting evidence, which is a nice new element to a series with few single player objectives other than killing everything that moves. We're yet to find out what we're actually going to need to do with this evidence in-game though, and while part of me hopes that we're going to need it to build a case like in LA Noire, there's a good chance that it could end up like the doors, buttons and other linear level specific triggers that we've seen in pretty much every FPS game ever. I guess the thing that struck me and the community the most though is the fact that the gameplay trailer we saw puts a big emphasis on non-lethal takedowns and gadgets. We saw the handcuff takedown mechanic, tasers and zip lines in the Hardline multiplayer beta earlier this year, but it's pretty obvious now that the single player campaign is going to give players the choice of playing in a run and gun or a stealth playstyle. I mean, you can even throw bullet casings to distract enemies, which reminds me of games like Dishonored and Hitman. Non-lethal takedowns are not only limited to stealth either, you'll be able to flash your badge and give your enemies the option to surrender without a fight. I can't remember ever seeing this in any FPS game before, and definitely not in Battlefield, so +1 for originality there. Another nice aspect is that at certain points you can choose what direction you want to attack the enemy from, and now you also have the ability to tag enemies with a gadget called the scanner. This tagging is a lot like the tagging in Far Cry 3 and isn't temporary like the spot function in multiplayer, which means you'll have a lot better tactical awareness than in previous Battlefield games, and you can choose the right moment to attack. Now, I don't like to speculate on trailers too much, but I kind of feel like we're not going to see Hardline stray too much from the core Battlefield playstyle, but it's nice to see that Visceral are adding in mechanics to change things up a little. I think a lot of people were afraid that this game was going to end up like an expensive DLC for Battlefield 4, but at least in my opinion, I think that what we have here is a fresh new series, and I'm definitely keen to try it out. But anyway, what did you think of the EA press conference, and what do you think of the direction that they're taking for the Hardline single player campaign? Do you like this new approach, or do you think they should be sticking to the franchise's roots? Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and as always, if you like what you see, please remember to like, comment and subscribe. If you haven't already, please check out my other Battlefield 4 videos. I've got them all linked in a playlist in the description below, and until next time, see you later and have a good one.